kind of get into the gameplay because that's what we want.
We should. The bugs are just part of the fun of it, right?
Let's do what's Angel, let's like please repeat. So let's take a look at the autumn. So I think best things to let you guys do is kind of talk. What is the car that we've got?
So yeah, we're in a different player house from last week, and we have got a Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. He read from the top of the screen. What Andy just did there is he applied one of the new off-road body kits that we have brought to the game in Forza Horizon 4. I am reliably informed there are about 12 of them in the game that you can apply to some of the more extreme off-road vehicles that are great for the world of Forza Horizon. And Andy is sporting one of them now as he leaves his house with little care for property damage, and we are in the Highlands. We're in the north of the map, which we haven't really shown anyone yet, in an area of the world that's kind of bits of beautiful Scotland, right?
Yeah. So there's two specific areas that we used as reference. So there's Glencoe, which people don't know, like Google that place. It's an incredible looking part of the world, amazing vistas, so it was a real obvious choice for us in terms of location selection. But there's also a place called Rannochmore, which again is another Scottish location. So this is a bit of a mashup of those two areas, which we've sort of selected the best bits from and created this section of the map.
It looks stunning.
Yeah, and also you'll notice we wanted to show you guys something about the verticality that we've hinted at before when it comes to this particular part of the this particular game, especially versus what we had in Horizon 3. So we really listened to the community. We knew that the guys wanted something that had a bit more verticality associated with it. That's a barn find right there as well.
No, I was just thinking.
Spoilers, yeah, that's where that guy is.
The first one, if you need to find, if you're obsessed with finding all the barn finds, they're in Horizon 4, and that's
Who built that at the top of a mountain? It makes.
Where else would you put one?
This guy. This guy. Yeah.
Lives there. Yeah, and as Ben was saying, like much more vertical world than I think we've ever built before, which is great when you're showing off the Scottish Highlands and the Lake District. It really benefits from it. And I know our fans have been asking for more mountains, more mountain roads, switchbacks, and certainly this game delivers them, which is wonderful.
Well, it's great with off-road vehicles as well. And I remember last week you promised something to the viewers, right? You said it's going to happen. All right, and it's taking a look at the world map for the first time because, like, you see it; it's a huge world. Like, can you talk us?
It is a huge world, yeah. So we're going to show, by popular demand, the world map. So that's where we are, sort of northeast of the world. And as we move south, we're down into the sort of Lake District, which we showed you quite a lot of last week. You can see, I think this is a pretty full map. I think I'm right in saying that we've kind of unlocked a lot of stuff that's on the map there, and people will see, I think, the things that they're looking out for. I know a lot of people were asking about the Goliath and whether it was going to return. If you notice there, it has. A really cool thing I think we've done this time is, as well as the Goliath, we have a bunch of really massive routes. There's the Gauntlet, there was the, I've forgotten the name of the other one, the Titan is there as well. So there's lots of really big routes for people who like big routes in Horizon games, which is great.
And there's Edinburgh.
And Edinburgh, yeah.
Yeah, which we're going to see. Also, there's loads of comments as well, because one of the big things I've noticed is trees. Right, so Ben, you'll be happy agreeing with you in the comments. Are you lusty gaming? I love trees, Ben.
Great.
So you've got loads of tree lovers
It's
across
not just
it.
me. It's not just me.
I don't blame you. They do look incredible as well. But we're actually getting up to a bit that I think everyone gets really excited about in Horizon 4. It's a big part of the game, showcases. So Ben is going to leave us for a little bit now.
Yep.
And we're going to be joined by Aaron, who's going to talk us through showcases. So thank you very much for talking to us about trees, Ben. Earlier, and I was like, kind of this, I think it's the first reaction you always have. You just kind of like scream, like, whoa. It's like when when like the music comes in.
So presumably nobody knows exactly what we're going to be racing just yet, and it's revealed here in this sort of pre-race cinematic. And obviously, at the top of a mountain in Scotland, it is a hovercraft.
It is a hovercraft. The perfect natural habitat of the hovercraft.
Also, guys, remember, if you have any questions about showcases, do drop them in the chat as we kick this one off. Right, so do you want to talk us through it a little bit?
Yeah, certainly. So we've started up at the top of the mountain, as we saw, and we're coming down into this beautiful valley. Big slow-mo jump there towards the viaduct. We had a previous route for this was down by the lakes, which is the general direction we're heading. But in true Horizon style, there wasn't enough.
It wasn't down a mountain.
It needed some extra special sauce on it, and throw on a hovercraft and this wonderful Toyota truck.
Because I think we've all thought at one point, what would it be like to race a hovercraft?
Exactly.
Down a mountain?
Exactly.
And now we get to find out. Bit of inside baseball, actually. The hovercraft was actually, we built it for Horizon 3, and we had an idea for a showcase using it in that game, which we just never really got it to work, I guess, is the thing. And it was really only when we sort of started playing. Oh, that's nice. When we started like playing around with it in this world, again, you know, like around this sort of area of the world in particular, that it started to really come together, and obviously making it smash through lots of stuff that worked as well.
Being the size of what it is and how hovercrafts move around, they do drift a lot, which is going to prove a bit of a challenge for a player, as most of the showcases in previous games have been, say, like planes, or you've either been like them flying over the top of you, whereas this is actually like front and center. It's right in the race route with you.
It's reacting, yeah.
which is another thing to deal with.
It's just wrecking absolute havoc.
Which is a shame, because we're coming down to, thanks to your 360.
Right.
Cool. Have we? Excellent.
Right, so remember this, guys, this is a developer building the game, so we will kind of just get straight back into the gameplay. But I think it's actually a good opportunity to talk a bit more about